Hey guys, welcome back to another bite-sized tutorial. Now, over the course of this series, we've taken a look at how to make a button, how to make a switch, and how an AND and OR gate works. And today we're going to be looking at how an XOR or how a XOR gate works. Really, however you want to pronounce it, because I have absolutely no idea how to pronounce it. But I do know how it works, and I can tell you that they're very good for making puzzle games or anything around that logic. So I just want to show you how these switches works for the viewers that haven't seen the previous videos. This is just a trigger zone that will detect the player, and in this case it's going to be Charlie over here, our trusty little companion. It is going to then turn on a controller sensor, which is then going to give the ability for the player to press square, and once they do, it's going to do a little sound effect. It is going to put the selector from the off state, which is the output A, and it's going to go into the on state of output B. And once that happens, all this keyframe is going to do is just pull the switch down, which will signify that it's on the on state. Cool. So now what we want to do is we want to do the wireless transmitters. So I've gone ahead and already set them up. Now what these wireless transmitters will do is they will eliminate wires from your scene, and it'll just keep everything a lot more organized. I've gone ahead and pressed L1 and square on these and given them a name if you press X on them, and I've just labeled them according to their color. So if we just go into the on state and hook it up to the input of the transmitter, it should give a signal to wherever the receiver gets it, and you'll see later on. Now it's very important that you don't do it to the power port. I've done that mistake a lot of times, and it's taken me hours to solve something when it was just simply putting it on the input of the transmitter. So let's go and do it to all of these, and we want to close these down. And now we are gonna want to do a little microchip. Just to save some time, I've also gone ahead and put all this logic in here. So this is the XOR gate. You can find this on your yellow tab of the gadgets. It's called an XOR gate. It kind of looks like, I don't even know what to call that, but I've also gone ahead and gotten a wireless receiver. You can get that from the green zone of the gadget sensor and input of the gadget menu. And when you press L1 and X, you can do down and up on the arrows to switch between the transmitters. And I just want to let you guys know that you have to put it on scene. You don't have to specifically for this one. I'm sorry, you don't always have to, but for this scenario we're doing, we're just going to set it to scene, and we're just going to want to put the outputs into the inputs of the XOR gate. And finally, the output is going to go into the power port of the keyframe. Now what this keyframe is going to do, it is just going to make this into a wedge so little Charlie can get his gem inside. And now what's going to happen is that the XOR gate is going to work in the way it's intended. So right now these are all off. If I go ahead and just turn one of them on, it is going to play the keyframe. And if I go ahead and turn this one on, it's going to turn it off, because the XOR gate demands that only one of the inputs is on and not off. So if we go ahead and test this, as soon as we pull down this lever, it's gonna go on. But as soon as we do this one, it's gonna go back into its original position. And the same can be done for all of them. So let's say I want to turn green on, for example. There you go. Only that one is true. If you want to turn purple on, for example, only that one is true. Yellow, and finally red. But if we go ahead and just try to turn one of them on, more than one on, it's not going to work. So how cool is that, guys? That's the power of the XOR gate. This is perfect for puzzles. If you can just add a little bit more logic, that'll make for a really good puzzle game. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching.